Now we've moved over to Santiago's vineyard. He actually planted a little bit before us, but he'll tell us about that. And we're looking at Syrah that are just beautiful. I'll get a close-up here for 1 second. And maybe you can tell us about what's happening here.
Well, this is a classic Syrah bunch. You see, elongated, a bit tighter, with a fleshy skin that allows you to recognize the variety when you're given a grape and say, find out what it is. Just guess. If it's fleshy skin, go ahead and say Syrah. You'll be 90% of the time you'll be right. Syrah is a non-obvious blender for Malbec. It works very well. Actually, it's the only of the Bordeaux varieties that here in Mendoza blends well with Syrah, Malbec Syrah. The same way in Australia they blend Cabernet Syrah, same in Paso Robles. Here it's Malbec Syrah that makes a perfect match. So, Hand of God will have a Malbec Syrah. Why a Malbec Syrah? To gain a notch of complexity over a varietal Malbec. The complexity the young vine does not give you, the blend will give you. So you'll have a more interesting wine, better length, better mid-palate, and also starting to gain a unique identity as a winery because we'll have a white Rhone, we'll have a red Rhone Malbec, and we'll have an old vine Malbec. So that drives perception of identity, that drives purpose of the same winery. And as you can see, it does it very well. See, you're starting to get another indicator of ripeness is you'll see like a paintbrush, the peduncle here, it's red. So when it turns from green to red, it's indicator of ripeness.
How many days before you harvest here?
10 days to 12, 10 to 12 days. Of course, give me the sunlight and I'll make magic happen. No, it's, still with this sunlight, 10 days.
Perfect. And what do you think about, we'll talk about this more in the future, but are you feeling good about how this is going to be paired with food?
Yes, I think so. Uca Valley has the ability of freshness, to give freshness to the wines. This sunlight gives you power. Uca Valley, the altitude and the closeness up there to the Andes, that gives you the freshness, the acidity that makes wines very drinkable. The drinkability of the wines with the power makes them very fruit friendly and very versatile. So if you have like in other places a Pinot Noir, it's not versatile, but it doesn't match hearty meats. This kind of wine, the power of it will allow you to meet a roast, barbecue, but the elegance of it, the verticality, the finesse of it will allow you to not hit the meat in the head, not overpower the meat. So you can go to a poultry, you can go to duck, you can go to other meats, that this will still not be overpowering that kind of less intense meat.
It'll make the meal better. Now, when do you think we'll actually be trying this? Talk a little bit just quickly about a time frame.
Time frame, harvest right now, and we'll spend a year in barrel, roughly. Again, we don't do things by formula, so it's by taste, by flavor. I hope to leave the barrel just by the quality of the tannins I sense here in a year from now.
Fantastic.
Bottle May 2011 and release in the fall, Northern Hemisphere fall of 2011, September, October 2011.
It's easy to see when you just look at what's happened in these vineyards why we call it the hand of God. Thanks, Santiago.